Greetings, I'm Xander. This is a Shellstrike, or the Nerf N-Strike Elite Shellstrike Drop System 6 if you use its maiden name. While this thing may look unassuming and kinda dorky, it actually uses a very unique feature. So unique, in fact, that it was only ever used in 3 other blasters, despite Nerf being around for over 50 years. That, of course, being the Shellstrike's namesake, the shells, these detachable little plastic things. In the world of real steel firearms, shells are used to house both the bullet that is fired and the gunpowder that is ignited to propel said bullet. In Nerf, they are a means of watering houseplants. But as I said, the feature was only ever used in 3 other blasters: the Shellstrike's older cousin, the Trilogy, the older Sledgefire, and the unreleased Gjallarhorn. And of course the Shellstrike, but because of the small size and compactness of the Shellstrike, this actually makes this one of the best sidearms that Nerf has ever really came out with. This is also the very last Nerf Elite blaster that they ever put out before the introduction of the accursed Elite 2.0 line. One other thing that separates the Shellstrike from other shotguns is if you don't want to use the shell feature, you really don't have to. As you can see, I've loaded the 3 shots into the shells from the front of the barrel since it is exposed. Shoot that, and then look at that. I can just front load like this. I don't ever have to take the shell out of the blaster if I don't want to. Although I will say it is infinitely faster to just use the shells as intended. Even though this was pretty glossed over in terms of 2020 blasters, this is actually one of the best pistols that you could ever have. Because, let's say, for example, I'm firing a... This isn't right, hold on. There we go, much better. Let's say if I'm gunning down targets and my blaster jams up or stops firing, or for whatever reason I can't use it, I can just whip this out from a sling mount, or maybe a holster if you really wanted to make one, and then just be like, BAM! 3 shots to the chest, and now I can very comfortably reload without any additional threat. That is the Shellstrike. It is a very simple little shell blaster. One of the, again, in my personal opinion, one of the best pistols that you could ever have. But that's really all I had to say. I just wanted to offer my thoughts on what, in my opinion, is a really good blaster. So with that, I will see you tomorrow.